Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this webinar. If you guys have seen us before, you guys are in for a real treat. We're going to be talking again about how you can get into any property for $20,000 down. So thank you guys so much for attending. Rebecca's going to introduce us and get us kicked off, and then we're going to have a serious chat about some mortgage products that you're going to love.
Awesome, guys. So first of all, thank you so much for coming on a Wednesday night. My name is Rebecca Matheson, and this is Adam JD Martin, and we are both on a wholesaling team here together in London, Ontario, and we have wholesalers all across Southwestern Ontario and beyond. So what we're going to be doing tonight is we're going to be presenting on this fantastic product, 20K down on any deal. What we're going to do after we go through everything you need to know about this amazing product is we're actually going to break down a few of our current off-market deals as we go, and you're going to get to see exactly what you need to do to get into some of these deals. So again, my name is Rebecca Lynn Matheson. I do all of the disposition and sales and marketing for that wholesale team. And again, we have almost 6 full-time wholesalers. We have one that's just in training now, and we are rapidly expanding all across Ontario. Adam is not only a mortgage agent, he's also running this wholesale team. He does all of our kind of contract and underwriting for all of our deals and is really the mastermind behind all of this. He also works for Cash Flow Tribe, which is an education service that will take you through and teach you how to invest in real estate. Everything from the BRRRR method all the way through to a flip. So today we're going to get right into it. So Adam's going to take it away here and take you through this 20K down product.
Awesome, guys. So again, thank you. As Rebecca mentioned, I am a real estate investor. I'm talking to you guys tonight from London, Ontario. So my team has actually become one of the largest companies in Canada to be operating with private real estate deals. So we've actually done 56 deals this year already, and we're looking to do about double that next year. So this webinar series and what Rebecca and I have been working on week after week here is really just a series of talks that allows you to become more informed about how to better buy our deals, but also to just become more savvy real estate investors. So the topic for tonight is obviously how to buy properties with just $20,000 down. And what we're going to be talking about is actually a mortgage product from Calvert Home. And we're going to be facilitating all of these deals through the Finley mortgage team. So I'm actually an agent on the Finley mortgage team, and we've got the rest of the mortgage team there. We've got Josh and Aaron sitting there, if you guys can find them in the gallery. And tonight we're also joined by Jesse Bobrovsky, who's one of the founders, or at least one of the partners there at Calvert. So this is a product coming out of Alberta, which is really interesting. It's one of the only one of its kind in our market. And the reason why we wanted to share it with you tonight, and why it's so important that you guys stick around until the end of this discussion, is I believe that this product is actually going to allow you to, in some cases, double or triple your business. So the main thing that we want to discuss as we're going through this product is the ability to preserve the capital that you're already operating with. As I mentioned, I am a real estate investor here in London. I'm 26 years old, okay? And I've been able to facilitate these 56 deals this year. And I know that in the next year, we're going to be able to double those numbers fairly easily. And that's going to result in a lot of real estate investors in Ontario being able to actually get off-market properties that we're getting significantly under the fair market value. So we're actually adding a lot of value to investors by getting these properties off-market with no competition, or at least significantly reduced competition compared to what you're going to be finding on the market. And a big part of what we wanted to talk about with this product is how important it is that you get great deals, and how important it is that you actually have then the financing and the capacity to be able to execute on these deals over time. Because one of the biggest challenges as a flipper is finding those deals at which you can add strategic value to and actually be able to produce profit at the end of the day. And ultimately, this product that we're talking about today is all going to be from a position of, does this make sense from a business perspective? Can we actually use this product, use this financing, and get into properties where we can add strategic value with renovations like kitchens, bathrooms, flooring, paint, lighting, landscaping, and all those great strategic renovations that you and I know can add a ton of value to a property. And realistically, I think you guys are going to be really surprised with how we're underwriting these deals and some of the criteria that we're going to use to allow you to essentially use this product even at its rates. Okay, because this product actually, as I'm going to show you right now, has a fairly high rate, but it's actually really incredible for those people that want to scale their business and want to get in and preserve the capital that they have, and then be able to actually enter and do more projects simultaneously with the same capital base. So just before we get started here, I know somebody's using the drawing tool. I'm going to figure out how to disable that in the next 3 seconds, but if you could please just not use the annotation, hide annotations here.
Yeah,
if you guys could just refrain from using the annotations, that'd be great, because it's going to actually show up for all of the users. So if you guys are making notes, no problem. I'm just going to ask that you make the notes either on your own computer or just using the chat. So if you guys have questions, please feel free to drop your questions into the chat, and we'll be able to answer those live. We've got the Finley Mortgage team in the background here as I'm presenting. We've also got Jesse. So I know we're going to be able to answer any of your questions. So let's jump right into it. You know who we are. I've done everything from flipping, BRRRRing, student rentals, Airbnbs. I've borrowed private capital. I've lent private capital. I've got one of the largest wholesaling companies in Canada, as I mentioned. And I've realistically taught and mentored a lot of people on how to do more real estate. And so as we present this property and this project tonight, I want you to think about some of your hardest questions, right? What's going to hold you back from actually using this product to get you into more opportunities? So here's how it works. We're working with Calvert. It's basically a mortgage investment company from Alberta. And what we're doing is we're presenting this product that they've been using already for some time in Alberta. So we're one of the first people in Ontario to be presenting this. So I want you guys to pay attention, because this is going to be pretty exclusive to the people on this webinar and also the people in our inner network. So how it works is you actually just put $20,000 down. Okay, so properties under 800,000, instead of putting 20% down, we're now only going to be requiring you to put $20,000 down. Okay, this is an extraordinary change in the required capital. We're going to be able to show you that tonight with one of the worksheets that Calvert actually provides us to be able to qualify deals for you. So I'm going to walk you guys through that worksheet at the end of this discussion. And I think you're going to be really blown away with how powerful this worksheet is to actually qualify deals very quickly. And we're actually going to simulate some of the active deals that we have for you guys tonight through that worksheet. So the way it works is you put down $20,000, okay? Instead of 20%, we're only putting down $20,000. And then what you're gonna have to do to get pre-qualified with us is actually show us a plan. Okay, what we're looking for here for our underwriting is for you to actually come to us, with quotes. Okay, we want to know how you're going to achieve this renovation, and we want to understand how you're going to do this flip. Okay, so this product is going to be applicable primarily for people that are looking to flip properties, but I'm going to talk to you a bit about the BRRRR strategy as well, which is where you buy, renovate, rent it out at the higher rents, and then refinance it and repeat. Okay, so this is a short-term product. Okay, the actual term for this product is going to be 6 months, and it's fully open. Okay, so during that 6 months, you're going to be able to you're going to be able to discharge the mortgage within that 6 months early with no prepayment penalties. And you're also going to be able to roll into a new 6-month term if your flip or project goes over that time. So this is a really amazing product for you to be able to leverage for short-term projects that look like flips or BRRRRs. Okay, so what we're looking at is a 2-step process. Okay, what we need from you guys is for you to actually apply to us through one of the links that we're going to send to you by email after this webinar, at which point we're going to have a follow-up call with you. Okay, we're going to go through your actual plan using real numbers and real deals to get you pre-qualified to be able to actually execute with speed. One of the really interesting things with this product and working with Finley Mortgage team and Calvert is we can actually close these deals once you're pre-approved as fast as your lawyers can work. Okay, so with COVID right now, there are some obvious delays with things, but we can still actually get these deals funded really quickly. the main thing that we have to do is to be able to show capacity for the renovation budget. Okay, so what we need to see from you guys is that $20,000 down payment and then a plan. Okay, I need an actual quote. I want you to show me and actually explain to me your vision. Okay, how's it going to work? What renovations are you expecting to do? And what do you think that that's going to cost you? And we're working again with some very experienced people here that have a really solid idea of what renovations should cost. Okay, so these plans need to make a lot of sense. They need to actually pencil out. And one of the ways that we're going to basically enforce some checks and balances here is in the worksheet that I'm going to show you. So the essence of this mortgage product is it's $20,000 down payment. You show capacity for that renovation budget, whether that's through a line of credit, even potentially promissory note, maybe it's a credit card, or maybe it's cash that you actually have saved up. Okay. What we're looking to loan on is the project itself. Okay, so there's probably going to be a lot of questions about beacon score, about closing in corporations and holding corps, and we can address all of those. We can absolutely loan to your corp. We're just going to underwrite the deal to you personally. So we're going to be looking for your financials. Okay, we are going to pull credit on you guys, but we're going to use that with a very, very open mind about the project itself. Okay, there's no minimum beacon score per se, and there's no, we're not really looking at your GDS, TDS, but what we're looking for is an actual project that makes sense. Okay, that's why it's so important that you guys spend the time up front to look at generating appropriate and accurate quotes, and then using this mortgage product to get into multiple projects at the same time. So when we break this product out across several properties here that we're about to show you, you're going to really start to realize the value of this product. Okay, and the way that I like to show you this is with a simple demonstration of even $500,000. Think about a $500,000 purchase. If you've got a $500,000 purchase price, most mortgages are going to require that you, especially on rental projects and flips, okay, think about your business model. We're typically getting into properties that are generally speaking higher risk. Okay, because more often than not, for your business model to actually work, it's going to have to be a property in disrepair, right? As flippers and people that are looking to do BRRRRs, we're not looking at turnkey properties. We're actually looking at properties that are in bad shape. Okay, so what we're looking for is a plan. This is the main focus of this product and Calvert themselves. Okay, these guys are highly experienced working with real estate investors, and they really know what they're talking about when it comes to looking at ARV and looking at renovation costs. Okay, my team, my wholesaling team is going to help you guys with the supply of under market properties. Okay, so we're going to try and help you guys out with that part. And then the financing part is pretty much the next biggest part of any flipping business and getting stuck. Right? I coach and mentor a lot of people that want to grow their business. They want to scale from 1 flip or 2 flips a year up to maybe a dozen or even more. And I think it's completely possible when we have tools like this. And that's what gets us so excited is quite often there's people that want to buy our deals, but they don't have enough money to, number one, support the down payment and the construction costs, but then they also don't have enough cash to cover the wholesale fee as well. And that's one of the challenges we've been facing for a long time as a wholesaling company. It's very hard to finance wholesale fees, and there's very few lenders that actually do that. Calvert and the Finley mortgage team working together, we've actually come up with a product, this product, that will allow you to do that. So instead of putting 20% down on a $500,000 property, which would be $100,000, and then having to support all of your renovation budget, let's just say, for example, an arbitrary $100,000, that's $200,000 plus closing costs and financing costs that you would be looking at right out of pocket. Okay, but by using a product like this, we're actually able to decrease your money out of pocket on day one, which is your most vulnerable place as a flipper. It's day one. You've got your cash and you want to put it into the property to start multiplying it and getting that return on investment, right? You don't want to be sinking your money into down payments. That's stale money. It's dead money. You can't use it to operate. So the beauty of this product is it's coming in at private rates pretty well at 15.5 plus a 2% broker and lender fee, which by the way, is actually going to be cheaper than your average private mortgage lender fees anyways. So already you're saving some money there on the broker and lender fee, but you're really only paying, it's like 1.29% per month. Okay, so the idea is we can't be staring at these rates and thinking, oh my God, that's such a high rate, when realistically you're only paying 1.29% per month. And these are short-term loans. Okay, we're looking at 6 months. We want you guys to be able to present us with a plan that's profitable, where you can come in, you can wrap in the cost of your down payment. So that's covered by you having the $20,000 down. You can wrap in our wholesale fee. And then really all you're doing is producing capacity for the renovation budget. Okay, we want to make sure that you guys can service this loan. And again, it is a 6-month term, 15.5%. But the best part is it's interest only payments. Okay, so it's actually really amazing when we start looking at interest only payments, our actual payment value goes down significantly compared to principal and interest payments. Okay, this is something that it's very rare to see people offering this. And a lot of the time, these are the type of terms that my wholesalers are going to go fight tooth and nail to try and get in something like a vendor take back product, which is much harder to get. So this is really easy, guys, for you to get into more properties. And even just looking at my simple example of a $500,000 property where you now have to put down $20,000 instead of $100,000, you can then go and redeploy that $80,000. Okay, that $80,000 that's remaining that you did not spend on a down payment, that's the kind of juice that you might need or that enables you to get into your next project. Okay, one of the most important things as a flipper is that you guys keep moving, right? It's about consistency. And if you're going to think about hiring contractors and having them be on your team, or even worse, if you're going to only work with subcontractors, one of the biggest pain points for a lot of flippers that we've worked with personally and mentored is that when you don't have a project on the go, you can often lose those extremely valuable contractors. And when that happens, you really face detrimental consequences to your business, because the idea of losing a great contractor and having to find another, especially right now with COVID and everybody being delayed, it's a very, very bad thing for your business model. And it's certainly not going to help you with your bottom line. Okay. And we've seen this time after time with some of our even highest paying coaching clients. They still run into these problems where they can't get enough work, or rather they can't afford to get enough work because all their capital is deployed. And then they start losing contractors. And that leads to projects overrunning, right, on cost. Things are almost always going to go over cost, time, and scope. But what we can do when we look at products like this is we can start avoiding and mitigating things like that, and even absorbing more of those losses just by simply remaining liquid. Okay, that's one of the best things about this product is you maintain that capital base, you have a strong liquidity basis, and you get to preserve your capital. Okay, this is all about leverage. This is all about preservation of capital. And more importantly, I think for everybody that's on this call, if you're interested in doing a $20,000 down flip, it's about scaling. Okay, doing one project at a time is great, and doing, a few projects a year is great. But I think we can all agree that more is better, right? The more products we can use, the more projects we can do, the more profit we can make, the better it is for everybody, right? It's better for you. It's better for you. It's better for your team. It's better for your family. It's better for the economy. It's better for your city, right? It's better for your community. It's literally better for everybody. The entire system becomes more enriched when you use products like this to leverage your skills and your unique value and what you're offering to your market. This will help you get there. Okay, it's going to actually help you produce more for your community. So I love this product. It's one of the most powerful things that I've seen ever. I've done a lot of deals, and these like a deal done this way is simply going to allow you to do more. Okay. And, our mantra here is problems or profits. So I'm going to answer some of your questions, I think, even now before we get into showing some of the spreadsheets, but I really do want to break out some of the spreadsheets for you so that you guys can actually get an idea of what this looks like when we're breaking this out on paper. Okay, when we're actually putting pen to paper, right, when the rubber's hitting the road, what is this going to look like? What are my costs? What's the interest going to look like over a 3-month or a 6-month term? What if I have to roll it over? What if it's going to take me a month more or a month less to do an actual project? And how am I going to manage that? What's my profitability look like? And the beautiful thing is we have a tool to show you all of those things very quickly. And that's what we're going to be going over. So if we just stop the share here, we'll jump into here real quick. I'll see if there's any questions that haven't been answered. and we will get cracking on those. Okay, awesome. Paul, I love that question of how much would the interest be monthly on the 500K example? And I'm actually going to break that out for you. I'm going to show you that in the sheet here right away. And then Josh just answered 6,200. Okay, but I'm going to show you why that's not that bad, because again, we're going to be looking at properties that support that payment. We're going to be looking at profit zones that support that interest payment. And one thing I want to point out to you guys before you get all hot and bothered about the interest rate is the idea of expensing it. Okay, when you guys are doing your taxes at the end of the day, as a flipper, I'm sure you've all discussed this properly with your accountants already, but these are line items, guys. The most successful flippers aren't staring at your interest costs, they're writing them off, right? It's the same thing with materials. It's the same thing with everything else that we can directly write off as an expense. We are going to be getting rid of these things at the end of the year to offset our profits. This is incredible. So let me actually pass this over to Rebecca, who's going to talk about some of our deals, and then we will go through the spreadsheet and show you guys how it's going to work, real deals, live deals with this product.
Awesome, guys. So yeah, I'm just going to hop on here and talk a little bit about some of our current off-market deals. So I know some of you signed up just for this, so I'm really excited to be presenting on these deals today. So I'm just going to share a screen with you guys here. And what we're going to do is we're going to start deal by deal and just go through each of these packages and the photos, just so you guys can really get to know each and every one of these deals. So this one that we're starting with here, this is going to be actually in Brantford. So I'll just pull this up. This is a fully tenanted fourplex. Now the building itself, it is zoned accordingly, and it is a legal fourplex. One thing to note with this is that one of the tenants has built a little shop of their own in the back, which might not be legal. So that is something to consider when you're getting this building appraised. Now, current rents total $3,115 per month, with an estimated repair value of $850. Now the price on this one is $625, and that assignment fee is in there included. Just going to go over the strategy of this one. This one is going to be one of those long-term rentals, or you could BRRRR this because there is some potential value add. But overall, this one is in relatively good shape. So there definitely is a lot of potential in this one. And closing date on this is January 29th. Just to give you a little bit of an idea of any renovations that are needed, it's going to be that light cosmetic work. So again, nothing major in this one. The furnace can be replaced, so that would be another higher ticket item, and then some minor exterior brickwork. The roof is in good condition, but again, something that you'll want to budget for in the next few years. And windows, they can definitely be painted, or if you want to make them nicer, you can also replace those. So just a little bit of the property details. We have 4 units and 12 bedrooms total with 4 baths. This was built in the 1920s, and we're looking at around 3,800 square feet here. It does have a basement. It's unfinished. There are 2 parking spots in this one. So for a fourplex, it has less parking, but you can park on the street, no problem. That's what is currently happening. There is a large backyard. There is separate laundry in every single one of these 4 units. All of those laundries are operational, so washer dryer. However, there is 1 unit where the tenant broke their laundry, so just something to consider, but they are responsible for replacing that. That is agreed upon with the current owner. Just to give you a little bit of a breakdown of the financials and why this is such a great opportunity, just at this current price point, we're looking at $3,165 again in rent, with expenses only $1,036. Hydro is covered by those tenants. Definitely an opportunity with any tenant turnover to increase those rents up to 54 or 5,800. Here are just some comparables for this one. So we have 19 Park Avenue. That one was sold on May the 5th for 715. Again, this one had 8-bed, 4-bath. This one very close by as well, 7-bed, 4-bath for 705. And this building right here, this was sold for 610 on March 6th. And this is 7-bed, 4-bath. So you're definitely looking at a fantastic opportunity here. Great location, right close to the downtown core of Brantford. So definitely a high demand area. I'm just going to give you guys a quick overview of the photos. I'm just going to scroll through here before I move on to the next deal. All of these deals will be sent out to you following this presentation. So as you can see, we've got some units here that are being showcased that are in very good condition. The appliances are fine. You're looking at kitchens that have been renovated and floors were recently done as well. So definitely some opportunity here to increase the value in terms of cosmetic renovations, but nothing major needs to be done. This is that brickwork that I had mentioned earlier on in terms of some light brickwork on the exterior. But this is a fantastic deal, fourplex in Brantford. Again, if you guys have any questions about this, we will be sending out the packages at the end. And if anyone just wants to jump on this deal, make sure that you send me a message. It's Rebecca Lynn Matheson on Instagram, or I will send my details in the chat once I'm done with this deals presentation. So we have 2 in Sarnia, surprise, surprise. So this is 421 Lydia Street. And actually this past month, we just assigned one on Lydia Street. And it was very similar to this one. So this is coming in at a fantastic price point. This one is going to be a great flip or BRRRR strategy. So Adam will go through the numbers on this one in a little bit more detail, but I'm just going to give you a rundown of this property. So again, owner occupied, estimated repair value here with comparables is 285. This is just a residential, so single family, but there is an opportunity here to add a couple of bedrooms and a bathroom in that basement and to finish that basement as well. Just a couple more things to note here. This one is technically closing on January 27th, but if you're the type of investor that likes to move fast, like we do, you can actually close this one as early as December 15th. So if you want to close a little bit sooner, the owner is happy to do that. So this one definitely needs a bit of love. It's going to be a fantastic flip or BRRRR project for any of you investors out there that want to execute on that strategy. So just a couple of quick points about this one. One thing to note in terms of renovations is that there is still some knob and tube in this one. You're going to want to pull that out and get that updated. We've got copper plumbing, water heater is a rental, furnace is owned. However, it should be replaced. It is functioning. Unfinished basement. Again, like I said, there's an opportunity to add in a couple of bedrooms and increase the value of this property. Basement height is really good. It's 6'9", so definitely legal there. Then we're looking at driveway. It's a long driveway. It does need to also be refinished because we got some grass growing in the driveway. And then the roof, it's 13 years old. There are some shingles there that are starting to curl. So certainly you could do some renovations there. Again, we have an estimated budget that we'll go through with you once we get into the numbers more specifically. Great location in Sarnia, just south of that 402. So another fantastic opportunity. Again, comparable sales here. We've got one property that sold in October for 270 with that finished basement, 3-bed, 1-bath, and a couple more comparables that are right in that area as well, in that 320 and 294 range. So just going to quickly run you through our photos just so that you guys can see and get a sense of the kind of work that will need to be done in this property. For all of these deals, I should also mention we will be doing walkthroughs for the majority of these deals on Saturday. Actually, all of them have walkthroughs booked for Saturday. So if you want a spot in that walkthrough, do make sure to reach out so that we can get you into those deals. Okay, here is our second Sarnia property. So this is 114 Alice Street. Again, this is another fantastic flip or BRRRR opportunity. This one's going for 155. We've got that assignment fee included there. Estimated repair value on this one is 240. So tons of room in that deal to increase value. Zoning of this one is actually light industrial 1. So you can actually turn this one into a duplex if you chose that path. So single family home, definitely great opportunity because it is going to be vacant on possession since it's owner occupied. Closing date on this one again is January 15th, but the seller is very happy to close sooner. Few details of the property: 3-bed, 2-bath currently. We're looking at a 100-amp panel, water heaters rented, furnace is owned, block foundation. And this one, you're going to want to update the kitchen, update both bathrooms. You could definitely do some drywalling here and then just cosmetic stuff after that. So your flooring and paint. Just a couple of photos here right in the package for you to see the condition that these are in. So lots of cosmetic work that needs to be done. This one's in the basement. Location is going to be basically south of Coronation Park. So another good spot in Sarnia where you're going to be able to increase value to this property. And just to give you an idea of the comparable sales and how we came to that ARV, we've got a couple of properties here in that 240 to 250 range. And this one on Whitemore was 235, all sold very recently in August and October. So again, I'm just going to scroll through the photos here so that you get a rough sense of what work needs to be done. And this is the second property in Sarnia. Now, the final one, which I'm very excited to present to you guys today, because we've just moved into this market, is our Mississauga deal. So this is a flippin-tastic deal. It is 220 Rathburn. It's a townhouse condo flip. So I'm just going to go through the numbers here, but the after repair value on this one is $793,000. Price point, you're looking at $620K. That's including that assignment fee. And zoning here is residential, so you're going to want to keep that as is. However, it actually has a granny suite already in the basement, and there's also an opportunity to add 1 bedroom downstairs as well. So this is one of those perfect flip opportunities. The entire place does need cosmetic work, and there's an option to open up some space, add some value to this property just by taking out some walls and making it a little bit more open concept between that kitchen and living room. So again, this one is going to be owner occupied. So that's exactly what we want to see, is that you're going to get this building vacant so that you can go right in and start doing your renovations. And again, this owner would love to close earlier. Closing date on contract, January 29th, but they'd love to close on December 15th. So property details here, currently is 3-bed, 2-bath with 2 half baths. We've got a nice little walkout basement, which is a fantastic feature. And that's currently that in-law suite. The basement is finished with paneling, so you may actually want to go in and do some drywalling there. But otherwise, the upstairs drywalling is fine, so you don't need to do any work there. Foundation is good. Building size is 1,500 square feet. Again, just a few things to highlight here is that this does have a garage and plus 1 parking spot in the front. Condo fee is $560 per month. So there is condo fees to consider with this one when you're budgeting. Renovations needed. Again, you're going to want to do all of the cosmetic stuff. So kitchen, bathroom updates, flooring, paint, doors, trim, baseboards. The appliances are included. However, you'll want to replace those to increase the value of this one. Just to give you an idea of the location, this is Rockwood Village in Mississauga. Great location, tons of amenities nearby, so really ideal. And just to show you some comparable sales, these are actually all in that same area. So I'll just show you right here on the map. These are actually all townhouses. So all of these comparable sales are in that same area on Rathburn. So these are direct comparables. They all have the same number of beds, if not less. Like this one has 1 less bed, and you're looking at 770, 820, and 790. So this is where we got that after repair value, where we're going to be able to bring this up to its highest and best value. Around that 793 is what we're estimating. And you're getting this for 620. Great flipping deal. So we're going to have Adam take it away here, guys, and he is actually going to break down the financials of all of these deals. Again, if you're interested in any of these deals, I'm going to be sending out each and every sales package for all of these deals following this chat. And I'm also going to be booking in walkthroughs on Saturday for every single one of these deals, and we are moving fast with these. So Adam, go ahead and take it away.
Awesome. Thanks, Rebecca. So obviously some pretty exciting deals there. But I think the most important thing and why you guys joined this call today is to see, does this product actually work, right? Like, can I look at any one of these deals and use this product to get into that deal and execute on a real project using real numbers? Okay, so we've estimated the cost. You might have different costs than our estimations because a lot of people run their businesses differently. But I want to show you how these pencil out when you actually use this product. Okay, I'm going to show you this calculator and how it works. This is actually a tool. So it's a flip analyzing spreadsheet. Okay, from Calvert Mortgage. They actually designed this thing. This is actually the most beautiful calculator I've ever seen, which is honestly embarrassing because we built a bunch of them ourselves. But I really wanted to walk you through this and show a live deal. Okay, this is one of the more interesting calculators you can find out there. So there's a lot going on this page. So we're going to walk through this sort of column by column and explain to you how this is calculating your total costs and what it's going to look like for you. So one of the first things we actually want to do is start looking at our after repair value. Okay, to this sheet, it's got a lot of different values on it, but you'll notice if you hover over any of them, it will actually explain to you what the calculation is going to be and how they're arriving at that. Okay, so they're actually going to tell you, for the insurance, this is what they're using. They're going to tell you sort of the land transfer tax. So land transfer tax, if we even want to get started there, it's actually a great one because this calculator calculates it for you based on the purchase price that you're actually looking at. Okay, so they're going to calculate that all for you. And then I'm going to direct your attention here. So there's only a few numbers that we're really going to focus heavily on when we're looking at figuring out whether a product or project is going to be actually viable using this product. So first thing we want to do is plug in our ARV value here. So you guys will remember from that project, we're looking at an after repair value of 793. Okay, so 793,000. If we look at that with the purchase price, okay, and we go up here to our note, the interesting thing with this product is, again, that we can actually finance your assignment fee inside the product. Okay, so part of your purchase price will actually be this assignment fee. Okay, so we've added the $70,000 into this purchase price already to show you how much less cash you're actually going to require down as opposed to doing this with any other traditional product. So when we get started on this sheet, we're going to plug in our after repair value, our purchase price, and then of course our down payment, as long as it's under $800,000 and as long as we have an adequate plan for how we're going to actually perform our construction and renovation, we can show where the money's coming from. We can show where this 20,000 is coming from. We've got the cash to actually float the mortgage. We're going to keep this at 20,000. Okay. Now, some of you might be starting to wonder about, well, what if I wanted to get a lower rate? What if I wanted to actually increase this? Well, we don't necessarily recommend it because it's almost always going to be better to preserve your capital than it is going to be to sink it into more of a down payment. There are options that we will email and include in the email for you to buy down the rate. Okay, so if you want a cheaper rate on this product, it's not impossible. Okay, we're just going to have to increase our actual down payment. Okay, this is about collateral here. This is about security. So what we want to do is keep you in here using this template of $20,000. And then we're going to go and look at, okay, if we've got a $70,000 renovation budget. So if you remember this property, it had a lot of cosmetic updates. Okay, I think that we can get this project done fairly conservatively with $70,000. We actually think it's probably more around 65, but you might as well put 70 down and just plan for a contingency. Okay, like this note says here, it's probably better off that you build in a 10% contingency into your renovation budget, because that way you can account for any logistics problems or operation issues that go on during your project. Okay, most projects, almost all of them, I think, go over time money or scope, right? You start opening the walls, you find some knob and tube or whatever, you want to replace it to have a great flip and feel good about it at the end of the day. That's why we build in those types of contingencies here. So a $70,000 flip, we're going to estimate that that might take you 4 months. Okay, so we're going to plug in 4 months here. And then I'm going to assume that it's going to take about 2 months to sell. Okay, now we can play around with these and see what happens to our total profit here, but I just wanted to give you an example of what our most likely outcome would be. So when you guys are coming to us with a plan and you're actually going to explain to us, what's the actual most likely plan here? What's the most likely outcome of your project? I want you guys to be brutally honest with us. What do you think it's going to take? How long do you think it's actually going to take to perform the renovation that you're planning on doing to get this after repair value? Okay, so I'm expecting this will take somebody somewhere between 3 and 4 months. So I'm just going to put 4 months here. And I expect that given it's actually very hot market right now, I'm going to expect that it will take somebody 2 months to actually sell that. And that works out perfectly because we actually have a 6-month open term, as you guys recall. Okay, so some of the other things here, you can see just about every cell here in pink are things that we want to be changing if we know them to be different. So for example, in my market here, you wouldn't have $1,000. We're more than likely looking at $1,200 for a one-time cost for legal fees. So we can just go ahead and edit that, and you'll see it actually automatically calculates the new selling cost for us. Okay. Other things that we might look at here are, you'll notice when I first opened this, I didn't have the condo fee in. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead, and because this one's a condo, I'm just going to add that cost in. And what that's going to do is automatically calculate that for us so that we understand exactly where we're going to be at for profit. So you'll see this beautiful little box here called the flip summary, which is going to actually inform us about a lot of the costs that we're going to incur, and then what our potential profit and return on investment is going to be. Okay, so if we look at this product, keep in mind, we're buying a $500,000 property. Okay, so that'd be $100,000 down right away. And then we would have a $70,000, if you guys remember, $70,000 assignment fee. So we're at $170,000 conventionally right now. And then we still need to do a $70,000 renovation. Okay, so if you were using a conventional product and not this particular product from Calvert and through the Finley mortgage team here, you would be looking at somewhere around $240,000 of cash needed. Okay, that's $90,000 more than what you'd be able to get away with putting down on this particular property, which is a real opportunity for you guys using this real product that's available to you today. Okay, the power of that is unbelievable, because just in this example alone, you could then take that additional $90,000 that you're not spending on a conventional product and turn around and buy one of the other properties that we're about to look at. Okay, you could turn around and buy one of these Sarnia properties and renovate it with the same capital that you would have had tied up in order to do this project alone. So even inside our active deals here, we can demonstrate the sheer power of just preserving your capital and getting more leverage out of it. Now, of course, there's always the disclaimer, there's always the asterisk here. We need you guys to be smart with this. This is like great power, okay? You got to wield it carefully. So what we're going to do is we're going to help you with that. Okay, I've got a lot of experience underwriting deals. I've done more deals than I think anybody in terms of just like a private company really executing on deals, especially in the off market sort of sector where we're working with, there's no MLS listing, right? There's no data sheet to tell us what to actually do. What we're using is recent relevant comparable sales. So that's what we're going to bring with you is knowledge and experience between Calvert and Finley Mortgage Team. Finley Mortgage Team with Josh and Aaron, they've underwritten and executed many millions of dollars of volume. Okay, and the same thing goes for Calvert. And the same thing goes for myself on a private company basis, right? So we've got a lot of experience. And what we ultimately want to do with this product is go through the numbers with you, talk through the plan, have it backed up by some data and some actual information that we can, prove like I want you to demonstrate, the costs, right? Even if this is your first time flip, we understand that. We'll work with you for sure. But what we're going to do is walk through this sheet with you and walk through your actual plan. Okay, if on your quote it says $1 a square foot for luxury vinyl plank flooring installed, we're going to know that we're going to have to adjust some numbers. Okay, so we're going to be taking a very experienced point of view on this, and we want you guys to know that this type of product is out there for you guys to leverage today using real opportunities. So this is, for example, just one of the properties that we have available. We're showing a $40,000 profit here. And that includes, obviously, our total financing costs here are actually quite a bit. And guess what? That's okay, because we're going to expense this. And as long as we're still making money down here, and $40,000 is fairly appreciable considering there's higher comps that we could take our valuation from. And also we've added in already a bit of a buffer here, or a contingency plan on the renovation budget. And we've also been decently conservative on how long it will take. Okay, so another really interesting tool that this calculator has is the flip analysis. Okay, so it's going to talk about what it's actually going to cost you if it takes you one additional month or 1 month less. And I think that this is a really cool tool for you to look at this and think, you know what, I think this might take me 3 or 4 months to actually renovate, but what would happen if it took 4, right? What would happen if it took 5? And this quick tool is going to tell you that and inform you right away. So this tells you right away, if you move faster, you're going to be able to profit potentially an additional $8,000 by doing this project in 1 less month. Now, alternatively, if it takes you 1 month longer because maybe you had some sort of hiccup logistically, or maybe there's a supply chain issue, then okay, not a big deal, because we still know that we're making somewhere in that neighborhood of $31,000 as long as everything else goes to plan. Okay, so these tools, these types of resources that we can provide you guys with, and that we will talk through with you when you do your application through us, it's just so valuable, because you're going to have the actual tools and knowledge on how to move forward. Okay, so this was again the Brantford deal. So this is Rathburn Street. But if we look at some more properties here, like let's look at Alice. This is one of the Sarnia properties. Okay, much smaller deal. So you've probably begun to think at least about, well, what happens on a smaller deal, right? What happens when our numbers aren't so big? And so I would have less of a down payment inherently, or at least less dollars going in. Okay. Well, what happens here is we're still able to leverage the power of the preservation of our capital to be able to go and buy more properties. Okay. So if we look here, and we're actually just looking at this property on Alice, let me zoom in for you guys. We can see here, I've plugged in my $10,000 assignment fee. Okay, so we actually have this contract for $145. So we've put our purchase price in at $155 to include that fee. We've got an after repair value of $240,000. And we think that you can complete this renovation with about $40,000. And that should take you about 2 months to do. And even if we wanted to be, well, we can see what it would take if it was 3 months. So if it takes an additional month and it's 3 months, we've got $15,000 of profit. Okay, assuming it will only take 2 months to sell. But we can see here, this is a fairly profitable deal on a fairly small risk exposure. So what we always want to do, and what generally we're going to be looking for, is we're generally looking for deals that can profit somewhere in that neighborhood of $20,000 or more. Okay, so we want you to be successful. The point of this product is not to take your money and run. The point of this product is to be able to scale your business and sustainably grow with us while preserving your capital and exposing yourself to more opportunities. Okay, the more deals you do, the better you're going to get. If you do more deals, it might take you less time. Okay, if this is your first time flipping, we might just go right ahead and evaluate that. Okay, we might say it might take 3 months. Okay, what if it goes really bad? What if it takes 4 months? Okay, and if you think that your team's not going to be able to do this in less than that, we might have to start then talking about alternatives. And that's one of the beautiful things about working with us, is this isn't the only product we offer. Okay, this is just a beautiful product that we wanted to display to you today, but we've got lots of other options. We've got other private lenders. We've also got lots of B lenders. Okay, and we can work with anybody, right? We're always looking for solutions. And that's why you'll see that my brand and sort of what I live by now is problems or profits, right? We'll look at what you've got going on in your situation. And if we can't help you today with an existing product, we'll be able to actually give you the coaching that you're going to need to get you to the point where you can actually finance deals and come away with a profit. Okay, nobody here is interested in doing one deal. Okay, we want to do multiple deals with you guys. We want to see you coming back because you were so successful in your flip. So we might coach you out of doing this particular deal, or we might coach you into a different financial product that makes more sense. Okay, so I just want you guys to know that we're here, Calvert's here, and we being both my wholesaling company and the Finley mortgage team, we're here to support you guys and watch you grow over time. Okay. Neither of us are going anywhere. These companies aren't going anywhere. We're here to stay, and we're actually really focused on growth right now. So we'd love for you guys to grow with us. And the way we're going to achieve that is by creating more profitable opportunities for you. Okay. So that's sort of a big focus of mine. I'm just going to look at these last two deals really quick, and then I'm sure the chat I just saw is kind of stacking up here with questions. So I'll address that right away as soon as we're done this. So getting back to this property here, this is the 421 Lydia Street. So if we plug the numbers in on this one, we're looking at a $65,000 renovation, which I pegged at about 4 months. You probably do it in 3, but let's just put 4 here for the sake of crunching numbers accurately. We've got a $285,000 after repair value and a purchase price at $160,000. Okay, so following our $20,000 down, we're actually only going to need $100,000 of cash to get into this opportunity. And that's really incredible considering there's a $45,000 assignment fee included already in this purchase price. Okay, so you would have had to do a down payment and then that $45,000 and then another $60,000. Okay, we're looking there at saving tens of thousands of dollars in capital that we can go and redeploy now against the actual renovation itself and keep that money, or keep that money in your bank for when the new opportunity comes up. We have new opportunities every day, right? So you don't want to deploy all your capital on one project and then lose your power, lose your ability to get into the next project as soon as they're coming up, right? You want to have that power of speed. Speed and velocity is your number one friend in real estate. And the best time to buy was yesterday. Okay, so that means today is probably the next best. And the only way that you can continue buying is if you can continue profiting and preserve your capital. So those were some of the deals that we've got. I'm sure there's a million questions right now, and I bet Josh and them are probably just panicking to get on here and chat and sort of answer any of your questions. But yeah, I mean, I just really wanted to share with you both my enthusiasm for this product, but also for the people behind it. Okay, Jesse's been awesome working with us. He's had a lot of communication back and forth between Josh, Aaron, myself, and he's really active. These guys are they're a dynamic sort of company that I'm not seeing with anybody else. Okay, who else is doing same day approvals? Who else is really actually underwriting deals based on the project and not necessarily, the bankability of somebody's NOA, right? Like something I didn't really get into too much on this talk, and we're happy. Again, this talk is an intro to a much broader discussion that we're going to have with you when you actually fill in this application. Okay. And so what we need you to do, we're going to email it out as well as some more additional info on the product. But what I need to communicate to you guys is like, we will work with your holdco, right? We're going to have you personally guarantee it, but we're going to work with you on whatever shows up there. If you have bad credit, well, let's look at what you're trying to do. Okay, maybe you've got bruised credit because you've taken out loans that you're leveraging against other properties. Cool. As long as you're paying those loans and we think that you've got capacity to service this loan, we don't really care because we know you're in it to flip, right? You're going to flip this in the next 6 months. Now, on the flip side, if you guys are using this product for BRRRRs, we're going to work with you to actually get you pre-qualified on our end before we get you into this product with Calvert, because Calvert doesn't want to see you getting stuck in this product. They'd rather go and get new customers, right? Or have you do a new project, right? And we want to see you actually moving forward in your progression as investors. We want to see you get into this product. And then if you're going to use it to BRRRR, we want to pre-approve you like right there on the spot for the after repair value in the future. Okay. In 6 months, we don't want you standing there holding your hat like, oh my gosh, what do I do now to exit this product? No, we want to take that fear, that risk, that uncertainty out of your court and put it in our court and solve it with you. Okay, we want to empower you guys to make better decisions today that are going to give you longer lasting profits in the future. And that's what we're looking to do. So here's how it's going to work. Once this wraps up, we answer a bunch of your questions. We're going to send you an email. That email is going to have a link to the Finley Mortgage Team application. Okay. After you submit that application, you're going to get a call from probably myself or Josh or Aaron, and we're going to talk through with you your business plan. What do you do? Who are you? If we don't know you, we want to hear, what have you done? Hey, man, this is my first flip. Cool. Let's talk about the numbers that you've already got planned. Hey, man, this is my 30th flip and I'm looking to do a bunch. Awesome. Let's talk about the numbers that you've got planned out. And all we're going to do is have a discussion. What are you trying to accomplish? How are you going to do that? And how can we get you into this product and get you pre-approved through Calvert? Okay, so you apply through us and then we'll give you a very simple, it's a one-page application, one time per year. We get you pre-approved one time per year, and then you can do as many of these deals as you want, so long as you can show that capacity that we were talking about. Okay, so we'll get you pre-approved, and then like I think they've already addressed in the chat, this is same day approval on the property. Okay, so we can move fast, we can move really quick. And when you guys are working with me on off-market deals, okay, speaking from the wholesaling company perspective now, when you're working with me, speed is the #1 weapon you can have. If you can make faster decisions than your competition, you're going to simply get better deals. Because I, as a business owner, would always rather take a bird in the hand, right? I want to see that you guys can move with speed. And so from a wholesaling perspective, it's going to be first come, first serve. And I think you'll find that as well on the open market, on the MLS. Okay, the MLS is a very highly competitive market. And I'm sure all of you know that. I'm preaching to the choir. But it needs to be said that the faster you can act, the faster you will act, and the more profits and more longevity your business is going to have. So I've not been paying attention to the chat. So I'm going to hope that Josh, if you can just wave at me to show that you've been paying attention, we will open you up now if you wanted to add in anything that I may have missed on this talk. But again, guys, this is just an introduction, okay? This is an introduction to a longer conversation that we want to have with you guys. So Josh and Aaron, if you want to throw some words in here, welcome to the stream. And this is the better looking half of the Finley mortgage team.
Thanks so much, guys. As you guys heard, Adam Martin just crushing it out there for you. He basically explained it to a T. So if you guys are wondering, or if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to Adam or Aaron or myself. You know, what we do specifically is we try to find solutions for people, investors who are always looking for a way to be able to move forward. And we found that very early in our career that there wasn't that piece in the market, and we decided that we were going to come in there and try to help you guys. So we work cohesively with Calvert. We work with Adam and his team. And our job is to make sure that the transition from you finding a house to closing on a house to scaling your portfolio is easy, smooth, and you're not going to get an experience like it anywhere else. So we just wanted to say thank you for everybody who came on this webinar tonight. If you haven't already spoken to us, feel free to fill out an application. There are a ton of people who have reached out who are looking to have conversations. So we're going to start filling up those meetings probably early next week, late this week. But we would be happy to sit down and speak to each and every one of you about how we can help you guys with this product. Again, if you have any questions in the chat, we'll try to answer as many as possible. If not, reach out to us personally and we'd be happy to chat with you.
Yeah. I mean, everything Josh just said, I think, and Adam, I don't know if I missed it, but one of my favorite things about this product, especially for high volume flippers, is if you guys have a piece of property that has some equity available in it, Calvert will put a collateral charge on that property and essentially allow you to draw off of it almost like a line of credit to cover your renovation fund. So for those guys out there who are, doing large volumes, or maybe you're just looking to get in your first and you have a primary that has some equity and you don't have money for both the down payment and the renovations, they will collateralize, put a charge on there, lend you the renovation money and allow you to proceed forward. And then once you get into those high volumes, they leave that collateral charge on that property, allow you to draw off it consistently and essentially fund your renovation costs for you. So just another way that they're providing, reducing that upfront cost and minimizing the capital that you need to be able to go forward and make money. Guys, you can potentially just get into flips with just $20,000 down if you have the equity in your property. So some really cool products coming out, definitely.
Yeah, at the end of the day, results matter to us and results matter to you guys, and we make sure that results happen. So we work exclusively with everybody else. There is no breakdown in communication with our team. We make sure that your process is going to be the easiest process to make sure you guys are seeing the results you want in your business. So reach out. We'd be happy to have a conversation.
Absolutely, guys. I just want to make sure everyone's still awake here. So if you are awake and you can hear me, make sure you give me a little reaction, a thumbs up, a heart emoji, maybe a smiley face, whatever you want to do. I want to make sure that you guys are all still awake and paying attention here because we got just a bit more to go. We're almost going to wrap up here. So I also have Jesse from the Calvert team unmuted here. So Jesse, if there's anything that you wanted to add, go right ahead and jump on in.
Yeah, not much to add. Adam knocked it out of the park. The Finley guys were great at substituting some stuff that was might have been missed. One thing that we've talked about in the past, that in Alberta we do our own valuations, so we don't need appraisals. We do that with a lot of market knowledge and understanding what after repaired values are. We are now offering that in Ontario. So we can do deals without valuations now.
That's super.
That's amazing.
That's actually crazy.
Love
So
that.
I'm assuming that turnaround time is significantly better than what I'm looking at now, where I'm waiting a few weeks for an appraisal or something, right?
Well, yeah, prior to being able to do our own values, we were committing same day, but making it conditional to valuation confirming a minimum of X.
Sure.
So now that we're set up to do our own
Good evening, this is
values,
Jim. Good evening, Jim. Sorry to trouble you. This is Robin Valadares calling. Well, thank
That's
makes it-
awesome, Jesse.
it makes it same day. I'll caveat that with we will need you to supply us with comps, but we have that templated. So we say, hey, if you want us to do our own value, here's what we'll need from you. And our analyst handles all that with whether it's you guys on the wholesaling end or whoever. But we give a list of comps, and provided there's MLS access, we can do that ourselves at like I said, no cost to your clients, and making the decision process even that tighter.
Yeah, that's awesome. And we do commit for our clients too, as a wholesaling company, to providing you with those types of comparables, right? Like, we need to also justify why we believe we're worth our fee. And so we're going to do a lot of that homework for you. So we're going to actually have comparable properties that are recent and relevant in that area, specifically that area, for you guys to actually judge the value of the building. And that's how we make our offers, right? So it's always a function of the after repair value and the fair, and like essentially what the condition of the building is today, what we believe it's going to cost to get it up to that after repair value, and then factoring in profit for not only our wholesaling company, but obviously for the investor. So I think this is really amazing, because we'll be able to actually essentially like a baton, right? We'll be able to pass the baton really easy, so that Jesse's team can very quickly analyze whether or not this deal makes sense. And again, I firmly believe these guys are out there to do more deals with people that actually want to do business and are going to be here for a long time. And what that looks like is obviously just being prudent, right? Like, does this make sense? Have we put the time into putting a business plan together? Can we actually, discuss at length what we think our renovation is going to look like? What's the implementation plan? What are those costs going to be? And at the end of the day, we just want to see you guys profiting so that we can all do more business and grow together. So thank you very much, guys. Please look forward to the email from us. If you do have any more questions, don't hesitate. Get that application in there. We will be having a one-on-one call with you where we can address anything that you've got on the go. And I think one of the only details I've left out of this talk that I really do want to impress upon you guys today: please just do your taxes. For God's sake, we can't loan you money if you're not doing your taxes. Okay, so one of the issues that we've seen, some people want to dodge the HST. On our last discussion, Jesse brought up GST. Don't worry, we're not in Alberta. But you're going to have to just be paying your taxes. So please, guys, always from a mortgage perspective, if you want to borrow money, you got to pay the man. Okay, so just get that done, get that out of the way. It's not that bad, and it allows you to keep doing business. So get your taxes paid. Please get this application submitted to us. We're dying to get some more of these mortgages out of there. And I just can't wait to talk to some of you. Okay, this is probably the most fun part, is seeing where you guys are going to go. I've fostered lots of relationships over the last few years with people that have taken our counsel, taken our advice, and actually used it. And for the people that are going to take that advice and go out and make money, right, and change their life situations and change the situation of their family and their community, I absolutely love it. And that's my why, right? This is why I'm here. I want to see you guys actually grow. So I'm just as interested as you guys in this product, because I think that this is one of the tools that's going to allow people both from the beginner stage all the way through to the experience stage to be able to do more business. And I think that that's what people need, right? They need permission, but then they also need the tools to be able to succeed. And I think that this is one of those tools that's going to be here for a long time for us. And we just want to start getting into it as soon as possible. So thanks, guys. I'm going to hand you over to Rebecca. She's going to talk to you real quick about some of our future opportunities coming up.
So if you want a chance to step into any one of those deals, all you have to do is contact me, and you can hit me up on Instagram or email. So Instagram, it's Rebecca Lynn Matheson. Just hit me up in the messenger, or you can email me at deals@impactclick.com. And what I'll do is I will make sure to send those packages included in that follow-up email immediately after this webinar tonight. So you're gonna not only have access to all of those packages that we talked through, an application to our link for the Finlay team to get this product, but you'll also have an opportunity to contribute to our next webinar. So thank you guys so much for coming tonight to our Wednesday webinar, Problems or Profits, Represent. Here we go. So again, here's our Instagram handles, Adam J.D. Martin and Rebecca Lynn Matheson. And I'm going to hand it over to Adam just to finish us off.
Awesome, guys. Just wanted to ask, please, if you guys are on Instagram or social media, just show some love to Calvert Home Mortgage. Okay, it's at Calvert Home Mortgage. Great content there, and they've actually got a lot of educational stuff on there as well. And then obviously we want you to come follow us at the Finlay team. Okay, so you can look us up. It's the Finlay team on Instagram. Give us some love. And then we've got Josh, if you want to reach out to either of them personally. We've got Jay Fins. Okay, that's Josh Finlay. And of course, I'm Adam J.D. Martin. And we've got Aaron. Let me find Aaron here because he's always hiding on Instagram from me. I don't know. So it's Aaron FMT. So that's going to be the Aaron Finlay Mortgage team. Okay, guys, thank you so much. And we will see you next Wednesday.
Problems or Profits. Thanks for coming, guys. Take care, and we'll see you on the next one.